That's all I have to say about that.
Now, you definitely do not want to close your speech like that. I'm going to share with you 5 memorable ways how to close your speech. Just remember, before you close your speech, you need to have a transition to close, which means it is words that you can say, in the last 5 minutes, I want to leave you with, or in conclusion, or here are your takeaways. If you forget anything I said today, you have to remember this. See, this is transitions to close. Now, everybody's sitting up and they're listening. So here are 5 ways. Number 1 is a summary close. I know, it's old school, but people still love it. This is bringing your presentation or your speech to a close when you summarize maybe the 3 or 5 points you just made during your whole presentation. Just remember, do not go into detail again about all the 3 or 5 points you just mentioned. This is also not the right time to say, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, and then to build out your presentation again at the close. Finish the 5 points that you just covered and stop. So that's the first way, summarize. The second way how you can close a speech is via a testimonial close. Testimonial closes actually prove that what you've just covered in your entire presentation, there's proof that it does work. So if you are talking to people how you can lose weight and you gave them all the information, and then at the end show them a testimonial of how much weight you've lost and how good you feel, that actually cements your presentation. A testimonial close could also be if you told them how to build a portfolio by buying property, and then at the end share with them your outcome of how much you have made or how many houses you have acquired over the last 10 years, and it shows proof that it's actually working. It's a great way to close a speech or a presentation. The third way how to close a speech or a presentation is a commitment close. A lot of people love a bit of a challenge. If you ask them to commit to something, maybe it is to sign up for something. It is a commitment that you are going to follow through whatever was covered during this whole speech or presentation. I sometimes use a close in that way where I talk about a quote that I've read many years ago that says, life isn't about what you want, it's about what you decide. So when I close, I would say, look, some of you are sitting here today and you really want to become good at speaking. It will never happen because it's not about what you want, it's about what you decide. Today, before you leave here, you want to commit and decide, I will put these techniques that we just covered into practice, and you will become a better speaker. So get a bit of a commitment close in there. So the fourth one is, and this might be a bit funny, is called the halfway close. Halfway. Where's the other half? It's at the start. Now, I rarely see people use this, but the times when I've seen people use this technique, it actually blows the mind of the audience. So what you do is, here's a tip. Tell a story at the opening, and it needs to lead up to a point where there's pressure or tension or frustration, and then pause. That's the half of the story. And then give them tips and techniques and principles how to overcome some of these challenges that was talked about in that first half of the story. And this can be for 45 minutes. And then finish your presentation with the last bit of the story of how you overcome that challenges, how you implemented some of the principles, and the outcomes you've received. That will make you definitely memorable. The fifth and final one is next steps. Look, you can be so dramatic, you can be so impactful, you can be so phenomenal in your presentation, but if you leave the audience hanging where they say, wow, that was great, I just don't know what to do next, nothing will come from your presentation. So you want to say, so here are the next steps, or what should you do about whatever you were talking about. For argument's sake, I'll give you an example on this one. Let's say you've been talking about how to lose weight, and you can talk about what type of foods to take in and what type of foods you need to avoid, what to drink, what not to drink, and all the different types of vitamins, how to exercise. Everything is fantastic. The content is brilliant, but you leave the audience hanging. What do I do next? You would normally see if people say, is there any questions? People would say, excuse me, can you tell me, where do I start? What's next? What do I have to do? And this is where next steps can definitely help you and the audience to be able to know what to do. And this is also great in a meeting where you had a long meeting and then to tell people exactly the steps they need to take. You will not believe it. People would actually sit there and go, okay, because there's a roadmap, a plan, a next step that they can follow. This helps you to become more memorable. My name is Trevor Ambrose. Close your next speech, become memorable. If you want free content, follow us on our website at trevorambrose.com or any of our social media platforms. Hey, I would love to hear your comments below. How do you close a speech? I know there's thousands of ways. Please comment below. Love to hear from you.